Hey folks, my name's Dale Davidson, the VA guy, and thanks for tuning in today. Hey, today, I'm not the VA guy today, I'm the nursing home guy, okay? So I'm wearing that hat today, so I thought I would share with you 3 letters that I have recently gotten and my response to those letters. So, hey, if you like what we're doing here, please hit that like and subscribe button and notification bell. That helps us out a lot. If you have any topics you want to hear about, leave them in a comment below or send me an email at dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. We appreciate you for everything you do and keeping this channel alive. So thank you so very much. So, our first letter. So, dear nursing home guy, please help us. My mother is obsessed with winning the Publishers Clearinghouse lottery, and she responds to other scammers as well. These people call her all the time, telling her that she has won the grand prize, but she needs to send them money, $1,000, $500 or more, to claim her $1 million prize. She sent them checks and gifts totaling over $20,000. Wow, that's a lot of money. We have spoken to her about this and told her it's a scam. She'll back off for a little bit, but then she'll start back. We've changed her telephone number before. We've monitored her calls. We've call forwarded them. Nothing seems to work. Mom has a durable power of attorney, and I'm her agent. My sisters are her healthcare agents. Okay? All of us have met, and we are all concerned about Mom and her financial situation. She doesn't have a whole lot of money, but Mom, she quickly running out of money. She desperately wants to win, so she wants to give us her prize. That's her motivation. Okay, we're at our wits' end. Signed, Shanghaied by Scammers. So, dear Shanghaied by Scammers. Wow. So, unfortunately, you folks are in a really tough spot. You didn't say this, but I'm kind of reading between the lines. But I would question whether your mom is able to manage her financial affairs and her healthcare decisions, okay? Apparently your mom has not been declared incompetent. I didn't read that anywhere. And so even though you are exercising a power of attorney for her benefit, she might not see it that way. So, for instance, you take her checkbook away, or you restrict her spending or whatever. So she could get right upset at you, okay? And then she can revoke that power of attorney, okay? Because she's not been declared incompetent, okay? So sounds strange to think that the law says you can gamble away your money, but you can. The question is, does she know and understand what she's doing? So, look, I am not a psychologist or a psychiatrist of any kind. I'm not a medical doctor, and I did not stay in the Holiday Inn Express last night. But according to the American Psychiatric Association, your mother may have a gambling disorder. Her behavior is causing her significant financial problems. So according to the American Psychiatric Association, to diagnose your mother with a gambling disorder, she must have four the following criteria. She has to have a need to gamble, and Publishers Clearinghouse is gambling, okay, with increasing amounts to achieve her desired excitement. I mean, she's given over $20,000 thinking she's won $1 million, okay? She gets restless or irritable when trying to cut down or stop gambling. I think that's probably met here. She has repeated unsuccessful efforts to control, cut back, or stop gambling. She backs off for a while, then she goes back, okay? She probably thinks about this all the time, so she has frequent thoughts about gambling or planning future gambling. I don't know if she's distressed or what, but often gambling because of her distress or because maybe she's depressed, okay? So even though she's given some money out, or she's lost money by sending checks or gift cards or whatever they may be. She keeps doing it, thinking that she's going to get even. She's going to get, well, I get another $1,000 here or $500 here, and I'm going to get that $1 million, and so that makes up for the money that I've just lost. Okay. Lying to hide her gambling activity. I'm pretty sure she's probably doing that, but you might want to check. So, is she at risk of losing close relationships such with her children? I don't think that's the case with y'all, but she's putting a financial strain on y'all because now you're having to pick up her daily living expenses because she's spending those on her gambling. And then relying on others to help with money problems. So I suggest, that when you get her evaluated by a licensed psychiatrist or psychologist and see what kind of disorder she may or may not have. Okay? Because as I see the situation, you could continue to exercise your power of attorney and risk it being revoked by your mother. Or you could have your mother examined by a licensed psychiatrist or for this gambling disorder. Now, if the licensed psychiatrist makes this diagnosis, then the next step would be to seek or obtain a conservatorship over her property and maybe a guardian over her person. Remember, conservator is power over her property, meaning her checkbook, and the guardian is power over her person, meaning her health care. So, conservatorship would prevent her from having access to her funds to gamble. Okay? So, let's go down that route. Go get mom evaluated, and then contact us, and we'll move forward with the conservatorship. So, hey, Shanghai by Scammers, thank you so much for the letter. We hope all is well. You email me at dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com with questions regarding your mother in this matter. All right, here's our second letter today. It's from 3 stressed sisters. Okay, so dear nursing home guy, my sisters and I desperately need your help. Mother's in a nursing home, and we will exhaust her 100-day limit by the end of this month. Now, people don't realize you've got 100 days before you have to go on long-term care, okay? And Medicare picks up a portion, and if you have supplemental insurance, they pick up a portion. So, anyway, 4 years ago, my mother had sold us her farm at a really reduced price. Ooh, red flag, like very cheap. We've been paying her $200 per month for the last 4 years. On her death, our debt to her state goes away. Now, we've applied for Medicaid for mom for the nursing home, and the Medicaid worker says that mom is disqualified because of this transfer for a lot of reasons, including we didn't pay mama the fair market value for the farm. We haven't always paid mom the $200 each month. Oh, it gets better. And the debt goes away when mama dies. So our family attorney had done this transaction for us, but he can't help us and recommended we see you. Well, thank you for that recommendation. So mama needs help, and she needs to be in a nursing home because none of us can take care of her, and we cannot pay the $7,300 nursing home bill. We need your help, nursing home guy. 3 stressed sisters. Well, dear 3 stressed sisters, y'all are in luck because, hey, fixing messes like this is right up my alley. This is my specialty. Okay? So, because we're nearing the end of this 100 days, the first thing we need to do, and quickly, is get mom qualified for Medicaid. So we need to untangle that web created 4 years ago. So each of you, each stressed sister, needs to deed their interest in the farm back to mama. I know, you're saying, wait a minute, the nursing home's going to take the farm. That would be a big no, okay? Why is the nursing home not going to take the farm? because the Medicaid rules say the farm is where she lived, is her homestead, her principal residence. As such, it is exempt from Medicaid eligibility rules. But on the flip side, it's still subject to the estate recovery. People call it the Medicaid lien. But we're going to take care of that Medicaid lien in just a second. Okay? So all is not lost because one stress sister has been living with Mama for the past 5 years. This sister has been taking care of Mama, taking her to doctor's appointments, cooking, cleaning, giving her medications, transportation to get her hair done, all of those things. That's what this sister was doing. Okay? Again, playing by the Medicaid rules, not making anything up, but playing by their rules. Okay? Since the stressed sister lived with Mama for 2+ years, in this case it was 5 years, your Mama can transfer the farm and home to her. Now, we've done away with the Medicaid lien, right? So we're all good. Well, wait a minute. Let's talk a little bit about this caretaker child exception before we go further in depth as to the fairness of this whole situation. Now, this couldn't happen if we had a caretaker niece or a caretaker cousin or nephew or grandchild, because the federal law and state law clearly say it's caretaker child. Okay? The rule is clear. It only applies to a caretaker child, your stressed sister. So, let's get to the fairness part. Ultimately, your stressed sister can deed to the other two stressed sisters an interest in the farm to comply with Mama's wishes. So that's how we get to the fairness, okay? So the property comes to stressed sister who took care of Mom, and now she's got the property. She can do what she wants to. She can then deed an interest in the property to her sisters. So, all right. So, dear stressed sisters, 3 stressed sisters, I hope this helped. You've got a mess. We can get it fixed. We've got a time crunch coming, so why don't you give us a call or send me an email, and let's get together sooner rather than later, and I look forward to hearing from you. Again, email me at dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. All right, here's our third and final letter. Okay, dear nursing home guy, about 12 to 15 years ago, my parents spent a lot of money on their estate plan. The attorney that wrote up their plan said that the assets put into my parents' trust would not be touched or could not be touched by the nursing home. Mom can't take care of Dad as he is bedridden. It hurts me and my family to admit it, but for Mom's health and in order to get the best care for Dad, he needs to go into a nursing home. Now, we contacted the nursing home and they told us that Mom and Dad's revocable trust was no good and that Mom and Dad would have to private pay until their assets were below $2,000. I've attached a list of their assets, which includes a house, IRA, savings, checking accounts, and a car. I'm so mad at that attorney, okay? I could just spit. So, we need your help getting Dad qualified for Medicaid. Worried sick. P.S. Another resident's family member at this nursing home was told the same thing, and they said you helped them get their mother qualified. Well, I do a lot of this. So, dear worried sick, please tell that person who recommended me thank you so very much. We love to get referrals like this. I love helping people. It's what I do. So one thing I don't care for is nursing homes giving out legal advice and advising you that the trust was no good. The trust is still good, okay? It just is not good for what we need, okay? If the trust was drafted by who I think it was, then the nursing home is right. But the nursing home doesn't need to scare you about it, okay? It's fixable. This is my specialty, fixing messes, okay? Now, let's talk about the house. So the house is your mom and dad's homestead. Okay, that's their principal residence. That is an exempt asset for Medicaid eligibility. So let's take that out of the equation. Okay. What about your mom's will? Your mom says that everything goes to your dad. So we probably need to change your mom's will so that everything doesn't go to your mom, to your dad if your mom predeceases him. So that would be part of the equation too. Now, we can amend the trust, or we could just redo the will. I think it's easier to just redo the will and basically disinherit your father, or put everything in trust for him, so these assets aren't spent down for his care. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about your mom and dad's checking accounts and savings account. As I saw the list, I mean, it's below the maximum. The value of these two accounts combined is below the $138,500. So they're good there. Okay. So your parents' IRAs exceed the maximum allowable amount, but this doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, because in Georgia and many states, IRAs and 401ks are not counted. Not the asset itself, but the required minimum distribution, the income coming off that each year, that is counted. Okay. Problem solved is the assets, though. Okay. We still need to look at your dad's income, and we want to get as much of your dad's income transferred over to your mother during her lifetime. All perfectly legal, but you need to get back with us on that, because, again, time is ticking, and we need to get this going sooner rather than later. So thank you for the letter, and we hope that your family's doing well. So, hey folks, thanks for tuning in today. Hey, if you like what we're doing here, if you learned something new, and I hope you did, okay? I know these are actually 3 live client situations that they sent me letters, and we've helped all of them, okay? Please hit that like and subscribe button, okay? And hit that notification bell so that when we get a new video out, that you'll be notified. Let your family and friends know about us. We'd love to help and give you as much information as possible. Okay. If you need help with nursing home eligibility, okay, asset protection, or if you have any topics you specifically want to hear about, leave me a comment below. Send me an email to dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. So until next time, go out in this world confident in yourself, with an attitude of gratitude, and make a difference in somebody's life. Be blessed.
No more whiskey, I'll have a Coke. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story.